Hi, my name is Agata.
Hello, my name is Alice.
Welcome in Agata's Cottage. Today we have Q&A video for you. Yes, it's a long time coming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have been planning it since spring and it's almost end of summer. Yes?
Yes.
So we have few questions that were sent to you either under our videos or on my post on YouTube. I also got few questions sent to me over on Instagram. I didn't put the names of people who questioned because some of the questions were repeated, so I just pull out the questions and I split them between the ones that are addressed to me and the one that are addressed to Alice. So we will kind of interview ourselves. So Alice will start.
Okay. 1. What are your favorite sewing vlogger accounts or Insta handles?
I have few sewing vloggers that I always follow. One is like my longest sewing friend and the longest person that I watched the longest is Alisa from Thoughtful Creativity. I adore Alisa and we are good friends and I watch all of her videos. There's so many people that I become friends in last 2 years, almost 2 years since we started our channel. I love watching Tiffany from Hosier Handmade, Carol from Carol, Easy from Dizzy Quilts and Sews, Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery, who else? Ruan, Yorkshire Sew Girls, of course, Mandy from Make It Sew, Sam from
So let's sparkle with Sam. That's
yes.
a really difficult name to remember.
Yeah, who else I'm watching? Recently I'm watching Zelda from Zelda Sews, and of course Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, and Christine. Christine sews a lot. There's so many people that I watch. I don't always remember to comment, or I have very often what I do, I will add videos to my watch later and I will watch them, and they are basically on the uh, autoplay. So by the time I remember to go back to do the comment, is like 3 videos later. So very often I just skip adding comments. But there's so many people that I adore. I love watching Chris from Unsocial. She is just fantastic and she always makes beautiful things on Instagram. I love Diana. I will leave her Instagram handle here because I don't remember exactly, but she was one of the ambassadors for the hackathon. And there's so many creative, amazing people. And don't forget Adam from Adam Sews. It's just too many people to remember, and I don't have any specific favorites. Um, I just love watching sewing videos and I love chatting with sewing people, so I'm not really I don't play favorites here.
2. Do you have any tips to manage your time in order to get enough sewing done?
It's a tricky one because it all depends on your life situation. What works for me is batch cooking. So basically I will often cook same meal for 2-3 nights, or a base of the meal like roast chicken, so I can shorten the time I'm spending in the kitchen, because I prepare breakfast for 3 people, lunches for 3 people, snacks for 3 people, dinner for 3 people, and very often we don't eat at the same time. So that adds to my time. Although I do not work full time, uh, you know, all the things adds up.
I'm her job.
Yeah, this is my job. Um, so batch cooking, meal planning, stuff like that do help. Things like doing once a week grocery shopping limits time I'm spending outside of home, therefore outside of my sewing machines. um, and batch cutting. So very often I will always do it with the patterns that I used before. So if there's something that I know I want to make multiple times, I made it before, like t-shirts, like hoodies, I will cut few of them, so I don't need to waste time on on basically opening my cutting table and doing stuff like that. Before I had my cutting table, I would have to vacuum the floor and clean it properly every single time before I put my fabrics on. That would add to the time, so I would sometimes do cutting spree of 20-30 garments in one go, I know, just to save up on time. Yeah,
That's a lot.
it is a lot. One more thing to add to it is always have my fabrics pre-washed. So basically the fabric will not go into my stash unless it's washed. So the moment the fabrics get to the house, they are put in the washing basket, and whenever I have a chance, they are washed. So they are ready to cut, so I don't need to waste time on waiting for the fabric to dry out. What else? Very often, even if I'm cutting 5 or 6 different things, I will cut them basically one after another, even if they are new patterns, but I will just pin and go ahead with keeping everything folded in the bags, so everything is in one place. I tend to sew similar colors together, so I will limit my time on changing the threads in overlocker or changing the threads in the sewing machine, bobbins, things like that. So for example, if I know that I will be sewing something red, I will change my overlocker to red. I will have a look at my planned projects, are my work in progress, things I need to mend or things that I need to finish. If there is anything red or anything remotely that will be okay with the red overlocker thread, I will just go ahead and do everything in one go. It shaves 5-10 minutes each time, but it all adds up. If for example you will change your thread every time you are sewing something new and you are doing 3-4 garments a week, then that's 30-40 minutes a week, which is adds up to 2 hours a month, which basically is another garment or two, depends how quickly you are sewing. Question number 3,
which is a long one.
mm-hmm.
What is your favorite fabric to work with and why? Brackets. Softness, texture, drape, design, color, versatility, availability, cost, practicality, yeah. Weight, well behaved under a sewing machine needle, theme, cuteness, uniqueness, good in cold or hot weather, or something else.
So my favorite fabric to sew with is hands-on French terry from Ecobee. Ideally, it's perfect, it's soft. I love doing hoodies with it. You can make joggers, jumpers, you can make dresses, even a bathrobe if you want. It's just perfect to sew with. So it's something that I would reach for over sewing anything else. If I have 5 projects to do and they're with all different fabrics, I will go first for the French terry one because it's usually the easiest.
Then why don't you save that for last so then you can stretch yourself out and then be like, yeah, finally.
No, I just go for a quick win at the beginning just to give myself the confidence. It's like if you start with the hardest task, then by the time you are done with it, you are stressed that you don't have enough time to deal with the easier tasks. But if you start with the easier task, then you have a boost confidence that, oh yeah, I knock it down out of the park. Basically, it's done quickly, so I can just focus on the other things that are harder. And it's just, at least that's how it works for me. It gives me boost of confidence if I manage to finish something.
Did it?
Yeah, I'm not always confident.
I know that.
Yeah, so which question now?
4. And actually, this is a good question because I'm not certain I know myself. What is in all those grey boxes behind you? None have labels, so they are a mystery to us. Me too.
Okay, so here are my swimming suits and some swim fabric and winter tights. Because basically, I will explain. This recording nook, or basically the corner, is at the back of my sewing space, but my sewing space is a little corner in our bedroom. So we have converted cottage, so we can't fit in normal wardrobes in our house, basically almost anywhere. So this wall is where our clothes are. So this actually is a box for Chris's spare shirts, my workout clothes. Here are my jumpers and jumper dresses.
And down here look like to be fabrics.
And there are fabrics below.
Bed thingies, more bed thingies.
Here are my t-shirts, some are my PJs, and on the half of the boxes down the side are fabrics and some other clothes. On this wall that you can see now, that you occasionally could see in the previous videos, are Chris's clothes. So majority of our clothes aren't in the typical cupboard, they're just in the Kallax units. It's a relatively easy way of keeping clothes contained.
I thought there was
Yeah.
fabrics in there. Well, good to know now.
That not everything is my fabrics.
Just 3/4 of it.
No, I would say half. Because on the bottom...
3.
No, half. Because the bottom is the bed sheets and stuff like that. So
Well,
it's
the
half.
room is...
Okay, we are not talking about the room. We are talking about the boxes.
I
Okay.
am looking at a massive fabric stash right now.
Shh. Okay, let's go with the next question.
Okay. Number 5. How do you organize your scraps? You seem to be able to pull together fabrics for projects so easily, and I'd like to be able to do that.
So I don't have any specific system for the scraps. I have scraps in few old shopping bags that I no longer use, and they are divided by the type. So I will keep French terries together, jerseys together, wovens together, and so on. I think I have 2 bags of French terry and 2 bags of jersey. Overall, I have like 5 shopping bags of scraps. I usually remember what fabric scraps I have, and very often if something just sits in my head, actually something usually comes to my head when I'm either cooking something or I'm having shower. There's this thought in my head, okay, this scrap will go well with this, or this fabric should go well with that, and I think I still have some of that left, and it's probably in one of the bags in the attic storage. So that's usually means me going through the attic storage and looking for them, but it usually takes a few minutes. I am planning to do a series of videos about scrap projects, but it would be probably winter before I will even get to them, because my to-do list is growing and growing and growing, and I'm having trouble with keeping up with everything I need to do. However, I want to do kind of video how I go about the process, how I match things, and how I organize everything. Normally when I have just remnants from few projects, I will just then separate them by type and just add them to the bags. I usually don't do it until the projects I'm working on is completely finished, because you never know when you might need little tiny piece of scrap for fixing something, or adding something.
6. What is your favorite item you have ever made for yourself? Something that you'll go back to over and over.
Okay,
I think I know the answer to this one.
What do you think is the answer?
Your hoodie. You know, the Nah.
The one with the mustard side. Yeah, and you're right. It's basically Undercover Hoodie by Ellie and Mac. It's my favorite hoodie. In fairness, as of now, it's the second hoodie I own. I know it sounds funny because I made something like 60, 70 hoodies in my sewing career over last 4 years, and I basically made actually no, I'm sorry. I know I own more hoodies. I just remember the black one and the other one. Yeah, so I'm sorry. It's basically my only oversized hoodie that I own, but I love wearing it like when we go for walks, or even if we go to the cliffs. We live an hour drive from Dublin, and occasionally we'll go to the cliff sites in Hove, and it's just perfect for windy days. So yeah, Undercover Hoodie is one of my go-to and my favorites. I have two or three, another one planned, and I'm actually planning to use a lot of scraps for the third one that I'm planning. I just need to find more time for sewing, or kind of I don't know. I know I need to delegate more chores to Alice. No. Okay, next
Hey.
one.
Question 7. How long do you work on a disaster project until you say, that's it, I'm done with it?
I don't think that I ever said I'm done with it. Occasionally there will be projects that I don't think I can save in the original form, but I never throw something out. I will find different use for the fabric. So some time ago I worked on a romper that I cut out for Alice for in viscose jersey, but it was very poor quality viscose jersey. I had it from some remnant bundle I got probably 5 years ago, and it was see-through basically. I don't know what I was thinking when I was cutting it out. It didn't seem like it's as transparent as it was, but when I started sewing I could see that you could see my hand through it, and it was very, very difficult to actually sew stuff with it, uh, because the jersey was overstretching and my machine and my overlocker were skipping stitches, and it was driving me insane. However, it was very good for using up for headbands and stuff like that, so that's what I use it. In general, it will take a good, I think the last project I decided it's not worth fighting for took me 4 years when I decided it's not worth fighting for, and I think 7 or 8 attempts either to finish or to kind of work through what the problems were. I'm stubborn like goat or donkey, as that is.
Mule. Stubbornness and mule is
Mule.
the same.
Oh,
Mule.
okay. No, I think I'm more like a goat. Mule is not as stubborn as a goat.
No. I the same as stubborn as a mule, so I assume a mule is more stubborn.
Yeah, they probably didn't know the goats.
I think they did.
Anyway, so I'm incredibly stubborn, and I hate giving up. It's not in my nature. It bothers me. Um, Alice knows something about this because I will get out of my way to get my way, basically. Yes. So, yeah. So, to answer the question, it's gonna be years before I will give up on anything.
Number 8, I think. What is your favorite? What is your favorite sewing challenge?
My favorite sewing challenge, it will be always Project Dress a Girl. Uh, it's it just fills my heart with joy to sew for others. It's just it's something that's very close to my heart. I'm a hands-on feminist. I believe in empowering girls and women, and I believe in preparing them for whatever is waiting for them. And um, if my 2-3 hours of time could make someone feel special, I'm more than happy to do it. So hands-on is Project Dress a Girl. Close second is So Frugal, because I love using free sewing patterns, and I do love using fabrics in my stash. I very rarely buy fabrics for just specific project. I will buy fabric thinking of specific of type of garment more likely, and go from there. And majority of the fabrics go to my stash for there's a legal term, I don't remember how what exactly is pronounced, but it's when the law act is signed, it needs kind of time to
Pass.
not to pass. So basically there needs to be time to implement it. So for example, I think it's in Poland it was standard 3 times
3 times.
3 months to from the moment when something was signed until it was implemented and basically mandatory law. So the same is with fabrics in my stash. Basically,
Except for over 3 months.
Yeah, majority of fabrics goes to my stash, and they're waiting for when I need them. That's how I treat my stash. My stash is my own personal fabric store.
Even though me and I kind of rip on it.
What?
We kind of rib you on your
Yeah, but then you come over to me and you say, oh, I need this, or I want that, or someone wanted, let me think, dark green t-shirt, because none of the colors that I have green in my stash were.
What?
The newest fabrics I got was,
yeah,
because none of the greens that I had in my stash was perfect, neither from you nor from Daddy. So yeah, but yeah, I love using fabrics from my stash. And the third challenge that I really love is a gift to November. It's just great fun for sewing gifts. As you know, I prefer sewing for others than for myself, so it's just perfect challenge for me.
Number 9. What brought you to Ireland?
Love. it's a relatively short story. So Chris and I started dating long time ago, very long time ago. After a year, year and few months, we got engaged, and we decided to get married on 26th of December, and that was why 26th of December?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to have my what it's called, my married name on my master degree. I was finishing master in the public administration with the specialty of European law, and in order to have my surname, like my married surname on my degree, I had to get married first. So that was the option, and we knew that Chris will come over from Ireland for Christmas anyway, so it was reasonable decision. We didn't plan big wedding. We had very small wedding. It was just reasonable decision, basically. Yeah, I can see something sticking out there. So Chris come over to Ireland to earn some money for the wedding, and original plan was that he will stay here up to a year and a half. In the meantime, we'll get married and then settle down in Poland. He was here a few months, and he decided he's gonna stay because he loves it here, and I went ballistic. But love always wins. I couldn't imagine my life without him. So, yes.
Why did he decide to stay here? Because it was so easy.
Then he always wanted to leave Poland. He always was dreaming about going to States or somewhere else. He didn't want to stay in Poland.
States?
United States. Yes.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, he considered that.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore. And you know, he just fell in love with the country, with the life here, with people. And to be honest, I was convinced I will never settle down here properly. But now I cannot imagine living anywhere else. Um, there is a Polish song, one of the famous songs, because I think it was early 80s, uh, about having your piece of world. It's like your own piece of floor, basically. That's the exact translation. Uh, and it's Ireland, actually. The place where we live is where my heart is. I can't imagine living anywhere else. I adore people here. I feel like me. I'm not constantly stressed as I was in Poland, even though life is not always easy and there are things that frustrate me a lot. I wouldn't change it even for a bit. It's our place, and I remember the moment I fell in love with Ireland. Chris and I got married over Christmas period, and he went back to Ireland on the New Year's Eve, and I joined him for a short visit because I was finishing my master's in early April. It was winter of the century back in Poland then, and in April there was still snow in a lot of places, and I'm not talking mountains, I'm talking just normal places. And I landed almost at midnight, and I could smell spring in the air, but it wasn't typical Polish spring that's, you know, a little bit shy. It was just
Very confident spring.
it was just like a spring on steroids. And the next morning, Chris was off, and he took me to Hove. So Hove is on the north side of Dublin. It's where the cliffs are. There is a marina, and from place where he was living, it was I think 3 buses to go there. But we went there, and we were standing on top of the cliffs near the what is called lighthouse that we were recently. I'll pop some pictures there. And everything was blooming. There was like little yellows flowers on the bushes. I don't remember how they're called. Gourd, yeah. So they're everywhere, and they smell like vanilla. And
I never noticed they had a smell.
yeah, they do smell like vanilla.
Wait, you mean like when you put your nose in them, or?
No, it was just overwhelming smell, like, but there were like thousands of them at the same time. It was nice warm day, and
Okay, then I guess I'm just used to.
because we haven't been in early, like, mid-spring in Hove in years, so that's why I don't remember, because they don't smell as strongly in summer. We usually go in summer now. And that was the moment when basically my heart stayed here in Ireland. I think a week and a half later I went back to Poland, but my heart stayed here, and it wasn't just because of Chris. I fell in love with the views, I fell in love with people, and it's my home. Like, I know it might be awful to some people, but my home is here. That's where my heart is, and I wouldn't change it for a world. So, last question.
Question 10. Did I mention the name or no?
Yes, you did.
No. Christine sews a lot. Asked, will you come visit me? We have, smiley face emoji. We have room for all three of you.
One day, Christine, one day. Chris and I, we do want to visit States one day, but you know, it's long flight, it's expensive trip, so it's on our list for whenever we'll retire. So 20 something years still, but no, I hope we'll do it earlier. It's on our to-do list for one day. I want to visit few of my sewing friends, of course. I want to try the famous San Francisco bread.
What?
Oh, there's a famous bread in San Francisco.
Okay.
And I want to see Charleston and New Orleans and few other places. So
New
you know.
Orleans.
Yes.
You mean New Orleans?
Yeah, I think you pronounce it New Orleans.
No, New Orleans. I think.
No, I don't know. Could someone correct us how you pronounce it?
New Orleans or something like that.
Anyway, it's on our to-do list. I want to see Smoky Mountains, of course, and few other places. So yeah. And no, I don't want to see Disneyland or whatever, Disney parks. No, it's not on our list. No, but we would like to see mood fabrics and go shopping like in Project Runway, yes? Yeah, yes, someone would like that. And it's not me, it's her. Okay, now I have questions for Alice. So I have 4 questions for Alice that were sent to me. So, question is, what is your favorite thing your mom made for you?
This is really hard. I think it was the quilt you made for my birthday.
Quilt for
This
the birthday
one?
here. Do you like it?
Yes.
Just like it?
I love it.
Okay. So yeah, quilt is her favorite thing. I thought you would tell me that one of the hoodies or something like that. No?
Well, it says thing, so.
Okay. Thing that means anything, like clothes or... Okay. Question number 2. Do you like to sew?
When my mom tells me, you're gonna sew, basically, I'm like, But then when I do it, I find I kind of like it. But then afterwards, I always go back to thinking, So, I don't know.
You're not convinced yet?
No, not yet. Maybe.
Okay. Now, question number 3. Do you prefer everyday clothes or fancy outfits?
Easy. Everyday clothes.
So what's your favorite easy everyday clothes?
T-shirts and trousers.
Okay. Trousers or leggings?
Oh, trousers.
Trousers, okay. Now, mommy made clothes or shop bought?
Mommy made.
Mommy made.
Yeah.
Still. Aww. So that's all the questions we got. Yeah, we were originally planning to release this video for our 1000 subscribers, but I think it would be more for our 2 years anniversary on YouTube because it's approaching quickly. So thank you for watching.
Please subscribe.
I hope you enjoyed this video.
Leave a like.
Like, very, very tiny like.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, clean your sewing machine and change your needle. Happy sewing.
Bye.
Bye.